Think about the smartest person you know. Maybe it is a friend who reads constantly, questions everything, and never seems to fall for cheap tricks or empty promises. Now ask yourself this: what if that very intelligence, that relentless curiosity and hunger for meaning, is precisely what makes them the perfect target? Most people carry a deeply comforting assumption through life, that manipulation, mind control, and psychological capture only happen to the weak, the desperate, or the uneducated. That assumption feels safe. It feels logical, but it is also one of the most dangerous lies the human mind tells itself. Because the moment you believe you're immune to influence, you have already lowered your defenses. And something, or someone, is always watching for exactly that moment. Cults do not recruit from the bottom of society. They do not stand on street corners looking for broken, confused people with nowhere to go. The documented reality, backed by decades of psychological research, tells a completely different story. Studies on cult membership consistently reveal that recruits are disproportionately intelligent, highly educated, idealistic, and emotionally open individuals. People in the middle of a life transition, searching for deeper purpose, stronger community, or clearer answers to questions that mainstream society never bothered to address. They are people exactly like you. The mechanism that cults exploit is not weakness. It is the very human need to belong, to matter, and to understand the world at a level deeper than the surface. Robert Lifton, the pioneering psychiatrist who spent decades studying thought reform and psychological coercion, identified something chilling in his research. The process of psychological capture is not sudden. It does not arrive like a storm you can see coming from miles away. It arrives like a gentle tide, gradual, patient, almost imperceptible, until one day you look around and realize the ground beneath you has completely shifted, and you no longer remember who you were before you stepped into that room. The intelligent mind, ironically, is more susceptible because it is always searching for the logic within a system. And cults are extraordinarily skilled at providing exactly that. A system that appears coherent, meaningful, and internally consistent, right up until the point where questioning it becomes psychologically impossible. By the time doubt surfaces, the emotional and identity architecture built around the person is so complete that the doubt itself feels like a personal failure rather than a rational signal. That is not an accident. That is design. And understanding that design is where your protection begins. To truly understand how this process works, you have to set aside everything you think you know about manipulation and start from a more uncomfortable truth: that the most effective psychological control never feels like control at all. It feels like love. It feels like finally being seen. It feels like coming home after years of wandering alone in a world that never quite made sense. This is the architecture of what psychologists call love bombing: an overwhelming, deliberate flood of affection, validation, attention, and belonging directed at a new recruit with surgical precision. Imagine walking into a room full of strangers who immediately treat you as though you were the most important, most understood, most valued person they have ever encountered. Every opinion you share is celebrated. Every wound from your past is met with deep empathy. Every question you ask is answered with confidence and warmth. For a mind that has spent years searching for meaning, this experience does not feel suspicious. It feels like destiny. And that emotional intensity is not accidental. It is a tool, carefully calibrated to bypass the critical mind and speak directly to the emotional core of a person, creating a bond so powerful that rational evaluation becomes almost neurologically impossible. But love bombing is only the opening move. Once emotional dependency is established, the real work begins, and it operates through something far more subtle and far more sinister. Thought-terminating clichés are short, rehearsed phrases embedded within the group's language that function like circuit breakers for independent thinking. The moment a member begins to experience genuine doubt, these phrases activate automatically. You are letting your ego get in the way. That is your old self resisting growth. Trust the process and stop overthinking. On the surface, these statements sound wise, even spiritual, but their true function is devastatingly precise. They intercept the moment of doubt before it can develop into a full rational thought. Label that doubt as a personal flaw rather than a legitimate question, and redirect the person back toward compliance. Over time, the member learns to apply these phrases to themselves, internalizing the censorship so completely that the group no longer needs to silence them. They silence themselves. This is what makes psychological coercion so different from physical force. Physical force creates resistance. Psychological coercion creates willing participants who genuinely believe they are thinking freely. The cage has no visible bars. The door appears open at all times, and yet, leaving feels more terrifying than anything waiting on the outside, because by this stage, the person's entire sense of identity, worth, and reality has been quietly, methodically rebuilt from the inside out. So, how does a person rebuild themselves after their identity has been systematically dismantled and replaced? And more importantly, how do you protect your mind before that process ever begins? The answer starts with understanding something profound about human psychology: that self-awareness is not a passive state, it is an active practice. The people who walk away from high control groups, who break through the invisible walls of psychological coercion, do not escape because they were smarter or stronger than those who stayed. They escape because something, a memory, a relationship, a moment of unscripted silence, cracked the constructed reality just wide enough for their original self to whisper through. That whisper is the most important sound a human being can ever hear, and your entire psychological defense depends on keeping that inner voice alive and trusted. The practical armor against manipulation is not skepticism alone. Cynicism without self-awareness is just another form of intellectual arrogance that leaves you equally exposed. The real defense is a combination of psychological grounding and critical observation. It means knowing your own values so deeply and so clearly that when someone attempts to redefine them for you, you feel the friction immediately. It means recognizing the pattern of manufactured urgency, the way high-control environments create constant pressure that leaves no space for quiet reflection, because quiet reflection is the one thing they cannot survive. It means understanding that any group, relationship, or ideology that demands your loyalty before it has earned your trust is not offering you community. It is offering you a transaction dressed in the language of love. The warning signs are rarely dramatic. They appear in the smallest moments. A slight discomfort you talk yourself out of, a question you feel strangely afraid to ask aloud, a boundary you crossed not because you wanted to, but because the social pressure of the group made staying silent feel safer than speaking. These moments are not weaknesses, they are signals. And learning to honor those signals rather than suppress them is perhaps the most powerful psychological skill any human being can develop. Because the mind that knows itself, its fears, its needs, its patterns, its blind spots, is the mind that cannot be rewritten by someone else. Your awareness is your freedom. Your critical thinking is your armor. And your willingness to ask the uncomfortable question, even when every voice around you says to stop, is the one thing no cult, no manipulator, and no high control system can ever fully take away from you. If you are benefiting from our topics, please subscribe, like, and turn on the bell notification so you can see our new videos early.